At its peak, Candy Crush was making more money than some blockbuster movies. Over 90 million people played it every single day, in school, at work, on the toilet. Some even spent thousands of dollars just to beat a level, but now, nobody talks about it. So, what happened to one of the most addictive, profitable, and everywhere mobile games of all time? Today, we're breaking down the rise, the psychology, and the fall of Candy Crush, and why we'll probably never see a game like it again. Candy Crush was made by a company called King Digital Entertainment, but the real creative mind behind it? Thomas Löfberg, King's chief creative officer. His idea was simple. Take the addictive Match 3 format from games like Bejeweled, wrap it in bright, candy-coated visuals, and load it with just enough dopamine to keep you coming back. The first version launched in 2011, and it wasn't even an app. It was a browser game on Facebook. Back then, it was just one of those games that popped up on your feed when your aunt sent you a life request. But everything changed in late 2012. That's when King dropped it as a mobile app. And suddenly, Candy Crush wasn't just a Facebook distraction anymore. It became a global obsession. One of the biggest reasons? Social pressure. You could ask your Facebook friends for lives, compete with them, or spam them for rewards. Every time someone needed help, they sent a request. You'd get the notification, open the app, and boom, you were playing too. And if you've never played it before, here's the quick breakdown. It's a match 3 puzzle game. Line up 3 or more of the same candy to clear them. Sounds simple, but the game keeps things fresh with blockers, level goals, and mechanics that frustrate you just enough to make you want one more try. The real explosion happened the moment it left Facebook. The shift from browser game to full-blown free app changed everything. Within just 6 months of launching on mobile, Candy Crush had tens of millions of daily players. By 2013, it hit its peak. 327 million monthly users, 93 million playing every day, and over $1.3 billion a year in revenue. This wasn't just a game, it was the game. So what made it so addictive? Candy Crush was designed like a slot machine. The live system? It stops you from playing too long but makes you crave more. Cooldown timers? They build tension. Unpredictable rewards? You never know what you'll get, but it always feels satisfying. But here's the part most people missed. The only way around cooldowns was to ask a friend. That mechanic didn't just keep you playing, it pulled others in with you. You'd need a life, you'd send a request, your friend opens the app, and now they're hooked too. This wasn't just game design, it was a network trap disguised as fun. That's the insight most mobile games copied after. Candy Crush didn't just go viral, it weaponized your contact list. But no high lasts forever. After dominating from 2013 to 2015, Candy Crush started to fade. It didn't crash overnight. It just slowly became tired. Problem 1. Oversaturation. King released 7 spin-offs. It seemed smart at first, more games, more money. But all it did was flood the market with the same formula. Too much candy, not enough crush. Problem 2. Competition. When Candy Crush first blew up, it had no real rivals. But over time, the App Store filled up with copycats. Some with better graphics, some with less aggressive monetization. Players had options, and Candy Crush started to feel like yesterday's game. Problem 3. Microtransactions. At first, paying for a life or two felt harmless, but eventually it got aggressive. Progress slowed down, levels got harder, and the game pushed players to spend. It wasn't a fun time waster anymore. It felt like a paywall. People got frustrated and started walking away. Now let's be clear, Candy Crush isn't dead. It still has around 50 million daily users, and it pulls in over $600 million a year. That's more than most games could dream of. But compared to its peak, it's a massive drop. Today, it's not leading the mobile gaming space, like it's not changing the industry, it's just there. Another app in a sea of Match 3 clones. But you have to give it credit. Candy Crush was a pioneer. It was one of the first to combine social media mechanics, variable reward loops, and free-to-play monetization into one polished package. And whether you love that or hate it, Candy Crush laid the blueprint for every mobile game that came after. Yeah, Candy Crush had its moment in the spotlight. It dominated the early mobile era, mastered the art of addiction, and redefined what a casual game could be. But in trying to stretch that success too far, with spin-offs, aggressive paywalls, and no real innovation, it slowly crushed itself. It's still around, still making money, but the magic? That's gone. Let me know in the comments. Did you ever get hooked on Candy Crush, and do you think any mobile game can ever reach that level again? If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to Candy Crush that like button. No microtransactions required. Hit subscribe if you're new, and ring the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.